What's up, YouTube? Welcome to the latest episode of The Layup.Line. My name is Dolos, and if you're new to this channel, make sure you subscribe for more NBA videos like this one. You can also find me on a few social media platforms for inside looks at upcoming videos, as well as reactions to live games. With the NBA Finals winding down to the last game or two, it's time to start digging into off-season content. This year's free agency class definitely isn't the deepest, but I wanted to drop a video talking about 3 players who won't be at the top of most teams' wish lists. Nonetheless, given the right situation, I think all 3 of these players could help playoff teams. With the intro out of the way, let's get into today's subject.
Hey P, they said I gotta come off the bench.
Sensations, thinking they know the game of basketball, they would then have to admit that they don't know basketball.
The first of these underrated free agents is Otto Porter Jr. Porter is coming off the final year of a huge 4-year deal in which availability was a problem. A quick look at similar deals for players at his position lets you know that the contract was over market value for Porter Jr., and due to his injury history, it wouldn't surprise me to see the salary number be cut in half on this next deal. Because of how NBA salary cap works, having Otto on this deal has been a negative asset for team building, but if you could offer him something in the 10 to 14 million range, he's still the kind of 3-and-D wing that most teams are looking for. He isn't the defender he was in his Wizard days, but in a scheme with other capable defenders, I think he'd be good. Since low usage 3-and-D player fits most anywhere, there's almost not a bad fitting team. I'm sure all contenders will be calling hoping for a discount, but if you limit the discussions to teams that could realistically create the space to sign him, Dallas, New Orleans, and Cleveland are all especially searching for someone in Porter's mold. I could also see Orlando interested in bringing him back to be a locker room vet, since they decided not to buy him out after trading for him. If he can stay healthy, he has the chance to have a Jay Crowder-esque impact, but you'd also be banking on him staying upright the whole year. Moving on to the next free agent, I have Evan Fournier. Fournier was moved to Boston after Orlando decided to pull the trigger on a rebuild, and Evan was really good in his 16 games as a Celtic. I put him on the list aware that Boston will have him high on the list of priorities to bring back, seeing as the Kemba trade was also to open the kind of cap space needed to make an Evan Fournier return possible. But he's an unrestricted free agent, so at the end of the day, he will be picking his next home. Other than Boston, some other great fits would be Philly, New York, Memphis could be cool too, or Dallas, who just needs more around Luka Doncic. I do think you would need to do some compensating for Fournier on defense. Even though he's not bad and he competes on that end, strong offensive players will see him as the weak link if you don't have strong perimeter help. Overall, I think he's an impact player for whoever signs him, cause he is one of the better bench scorers in the league. Finally, transitioning into my last under the radar free agent is Alec Burks. Burks would be another good addition for any team in search of bench scoring. He was underpaid this season, but age and an injury past led to him signing that deal. Those factors are still relevant, but after a good season in New York, he and his agent should be in search of the best contract of Alec Burks' career. Not a ton of teams with space, so contenders need to capitalize on that and try and convince him to sign there. New York would be a good place to come back to, and they also have the money if their dreams of bigger names don't work out. I'd love for my Lakers to get him, but Philly, Dallas, and Phoenix should all be contending for his services. Alec Burks is not always consistent, but when he's on, the shooting and shot making are incredibly valuable. Burks was in the playoffs swinging games for New York when his shot was falling. He hasn't always been a strong defender, but he showed this season under a strong coach and good system, he could get minutes and be productive. The overarching theme for all 3 of these free agents is that they're all versatile enough wings to have a very wide market of interested teams, but I still think that they're too low on contending teams' wish list. It's all I really have for you today. I really appreciate if you made it to the end of this one. Thank you for watching. Check out the other videos I have on this channel, including the new Oklahoma City rebuild series that I've been doing. It's been the best series on this channel, so I'm very excited to continue working on it, and I have a guest booked to talk some NBA draft after Oklahoma makes their selections. I'm by no means a draft guy myself, so I thought it was really important to find someone who does have a draft background who could help me parse through Oklahoma City selections. So make sure you're subscribed. Also, I do have a Lakers podcast with my guy Rose. All the links will be in the descriptions for the social media as well. Thank you for watching, and enjoy the rest of your day.